Hi, good morning. I've been requested to do a video in English, so this is my English video. Um, Unfortunately, I had the last few days an issue on my screen, one of them that I use for making these videos, and it's working on and off, and this morning it's on, so it's a good time to do some footage. Let me show you where I am in a specific tree. There's only one profile still that I haven't been able to solve, and as you know, I work from tree view on GENI. So I created this lady. I have it open already. It's the same. Okay, so let's have it close. Okay, so how I found her was from a marriage in Somerset East, and I found a civil death. So this is a civil death, Lottering, marrying Smith, the correct age 88 years in 1939, and also of importance is this 4 Crown Road, Germiston. Okay, so she was deceased in Germiston in 1939, and then also from her marriage, she was married to a Francois Stephanus Smith, which is this gentleman here, and it was in 1871 when she was still not age 21 of legal age, I think, those days, or at least maybe she lied about the age. And of importance here is that father and mother are given, parents are given here. So Stephanus Lottering and Gerbrecht Smit. So Smits and Smit. And I think in the presence of father, there's no signatures there, but this was also in Somerset East. Okay, so going back to this, she was born Cape Town, 88 years there. So I'm reasonably certain that this, given the 3 names, not too common surname, that this is indeed the correct lady. But let me show you why it is the correct lady. So on the husband, okay, so I'm clicking on the husband here, I also find his civil death in 1933. Okay, and notice the address, 4 Crown Road, Germiston. Right, so by hook or crook, this is the correct husband, and he was also 88 years, and he was 88 years 6 years earlier, so he was born, let me just see there, 1845, also in the Cape Province, I think. Is this him? Yeah, also in Cape Province. Right, so this corresponds again to the marriage certificate in 1871, and he was fully aged then, so this is definitely it. There we have this, the handwriting. The lady is a little bit somebody had to rewrite it, but it's nice letters, FS Smith. Okay, so there they are. Okay, so I found he wasn't too difficult. I'm not so sure how I solved him. I think I solved it from his father's and mother's death notices. So I'm not going to work on him now again. I'm looking for the parents of Anna Elizabeth Johanna Smith, and I have done a few things already over the last. I've been sitting with this. Normally it takes me a few minutes to solve, but this has now been days, and I'm running out of ideas. So I thought I will maybe, while you encourage me what I should do to solve them. Okay, so let's first go through all the things that I've done. I went to Somerset East, looked for baptisms around about 1850 to 1852. Couldn't find it. They are not indexed for those years. And then I looked at all of the children. Okay, so let's first go via the children route. What I have found is a few children, and at the moment, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the lady that I actually solved. So from the last, they were first in Somerset East, and then the last child was born in Heidelberg. So there's a marriage here in 1904 in Heidelberg. And this was her parents because she's given the second son Francois Stephanus and the first daughter Anna Elisabeth Johanna Langenhoven, which is the profile I worked from the bottom. So this was this lady's profile, and she was born in Heidelberg, and she this was from the marriage certificate, I think. Okay, so there's a marriage certificate to Bosch, and they give the birthplace, and she was born in Vlakfontein, Heidelberg. So what happened here is this: when they married in Somerset East, they had a few children which were baptized, or at least I found some baptisms. I'll go through that now. Then they had a few more, and then they moved through the Free State. I think here's a gap maybe, and then they moved to Heidelberg in Gauteng. Okay, and what can I say? Let's go. So this first, I'm not sure if this is the first child because they married 1871, so you would expect maybe a child in 1872 or 1873. And I found only concrete records of these two, and it's not very concrete in the sense that I found their death notices, and all the death notices says that the parents are deceased. So the parents were deceased in 1944. And the problem I have here, because I want to see if there's any witnesses at the baptism that are from the Lottering side that maybe can give me a hint as to the full names of her suspected parents. Everybody has parents, so there must be some parents. Okay, but what I found here is that, where is it now? Gerbrecht. Okay, so there's a Gerbrecht Susanna Maria, baptized, only one in Somerset East, and it's got the right names. This gives me, it's in book 39 on page 567. And I have spent hours trying to find Somerset East in book 39. Or on book 39 page 567, it's not there, it's not for Somerset East. So I think I just think this one is not online. Something went wrong, and it's just, if there's somebody listening and they're close to Somerset East or close to Stellenbosch, they can go and look up the baptism witnesses and parents. But I'm sure that this must be a daughter of this couple. And then also, if I go to the brother, unfortunately, and he's got the name Johannes Stephanus. So the Stephanus and the Gerbrecht does give me some indication as to that this could maybe be Johannes Stephanus Smith and the Gerbrecht Susanna Maria Lottering. So what I want to do, well, have I gone now through him? And then for him as well, I've got his exact date of birth. Again, it's in Somerset East. I've got his death notice as well, confirming the date of birth, exactly this one. So let's look at those two. Okay, so Johannes Stephanus Smith, he was born Somerset East. There's his parents, right? Francois Stephanus Smith, Anna Elisabeth Johanna Smith, born Lottering. Okay, so sorry, he's got the parents, so I know that he fits in here. But he passed away in Ceylon on that war camp thing. And he also, I've added the 3 children that he has, and I also found his Strydom wife. She was Margaretha Gertruida something, Strydom. So I found her as well. I've added them. But the baptism, so he's Johannes Stephanus. Okay, so there's the only Somerset East one again, Johannes Stephanus, born that date, so it fits in. And now again, Somerset East, book number 39, page 561, and again I spent half a day trying to locate this online and I couldn't. And that also means if we just look at the children, that there was a Francois Stephanus that was born 1880, possibly Somerset East, but more likely in somewhere like Heilbronn in the northern Free State, which was a common route en route to Gauteng. And I couldn't locate this baptism, this one, or this one, but from somewhere I did find the names of these children. Okay, so they are also in the right place, and then the eighth child, maybe the last child, is this lady. So what I want to do is I want to see if maybe I can find an exact date of birth for Anna Elizabeth Smith, now that you have the full context. Alternatively, maybe a Johannes Stephanus Smith or Lotterin marrying some Gerberg Susanna Maria Smith. Because I can almost, in pencil, and I don't want to, because there's no option to put things in pencil here, but pencil in that these names, they do correspond there. As an example, if I go through the husband's tree, which is now complete, there's the Francois Stephanus and the Cornelia Margaretha. And if it just will load, so there is a correspondence already on the father's side, but the thing is, of course, that there could be another son here born between 1871 and 1874, and if he's not Francois Stephanus, then what is his name? Okay, so that is another angle. If there's another name of an earlier brother, because I think this corresponds to her name, but it could also be that this name corresponds actually to his name. So we have to look here if there are any children born Smith in Somerset East between 1871 and 1874. That is another angle. Okay, but like I said, I'm first going to try and locate a more exact date of birth. Date of birth is very important. There are 365 days in a year, of course, or 6, and then there are only like the chance that the same surname with combination of these names and married surname on the exact same date, then it does give you some indication of. And also, if I have the exact date of birth, 1850, 1852, then I can actually go in maybe Janssenville or Graaf Renet, places close to Somerset East, and look for baptism there with more exact dates. So on her civil death, now that you have that information, so I'm going back to her civil death. Okay. Okay, so this is the husband. He was going to be put into a grave at the Primrose Cemetery, and she's also going there. So they possibly some kind person has taken the pictures at this graveyard. Then I should be able to find them. So I want to add the exact. So again, go to exa.org, and here is the South African gravestone photographs. I think tried a search already, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into Germiston and look if the Primrose graveyard is online. So it will be under G. So yes, it's not here. Or did I miss it? Germiston. Ah, there it is. Okay, so I would say it's in the urban area, and here it is. The Primrose is available online, and when she passed away, she was still a Smith, so it should be in the cemetery, and it should be under the letter S, which is on the next page. Okay, so let's look for SM. So there's SM, and we look for a Smith. Let's try and find them. So it's Anna Elizabeth Johanna, and it seems like they were filed under Francois Stefanus rather. It could be that it's not Smith, but Smith. That's also because I don't see it. Let's get their exact names again. So it's Francois Stefanus, Anna Elizabeth Johanna. I just don't see it. Okay, so maybe on the next page. Still not there. Still not there. I'm not sure what this one is. Let's just see. So I've got a whole page here for Smith, and let's see if we can find it here maybe. So still not there. I still don't see it. And I know that it must be here because it's the right era sometimes. It would have been a very old grave. I mean, it's now been 18 years. So there is a chance that the quality is so bad, poor, that they didn't take a picture. But still, it must be. You see that there's a 1919 grave, so it must be here. Johannes. So we're looking for Francois Stefanus. Could be France. And Anna Elizabeth Johanna. So this is also the same, similar type, but it's not here. And it's very unlikely that they said that they're going to be buried here, but they are not. I don't see them. Which is this, not that one. I will be very glad if I can find it, but it seems I didn't find it. Just want to turn one more page towards this. I just want to make sure that I don't miss something here. Okay, so let's go through the Smiths again. Looking for F.S. Smith. I mean, he was he was also Smith, and she was also Smith on the civil death notices, but I know the children were baptized without the H, but I didn't see them. I really don't see them here. Okay, so I don't know. They are just not where they should be. So I don't know, maybe it was dark and they forgot to take a picture of the graves that are a little bit more older or something. Or they just misstepped and they didn't take a picture because it's also not there. Okay, so again I can just to confirm that it's really not online. You type in the first letters of the surname, so Smith will cover both, and Francois, Fran will cover all the different Frances and stuff, and then we can go down to Smith, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm looking for Francois, and he passed away in 1933, born 1845. Looking for one. So he was Francois Stephanus also, so I can go a little bit more down. And there's the Franks also, and there's a France A. It's not Albertus, it's not Hendrik. So Francois, Johannes, Stephanus, Nicholas, Petrus, Frans Weer, Francois, the different spellings. Okay, so there is a one, but that one is too old, not entirely correct. And then we are past all the Frances, and he's not here. We can try searching. So there's the Smiths. We're looking again for Francois Stephanus. And I just don't see him. Oh, here he is. Haha. Okay, so we actually found him. It is on Smith. Okay, so they were actually buried in Boksburg and not in Germiston. But it's very nice to find them because we now have their let's copy the actual date of birth, so 9 February 1846. Okay, so adding the link to the grave, and she was born 6 January 1856, and that is a huge find. Okay, so they miscalculated the age on their civil, or they put in the age of the husband or something, but that is going to make my life easier. So 6 January 1856. Which is a 5-year difference. 6.1.1856. Okay, so that means, well, the breakthrough here is that the baptisms are indexed from 1855 or 1856. So it should now be easy to find. And also they didn't put the third name here. Okay, so she was only Anna Elizabeth. I think when I searched for it, I searched for Johanna, being, I didn't want the Annas. Okay, but this is an extremely important find, and it's clearly a 6 and not a 1. And her age then was only 83 when she passed away on the 2nd of February. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to try and locate the baptism for her, and we will do that from 1856 onwards, and she was born a lottery, so it's on page 880 more or less. Now there's different spellings of this, even on her grave. That's not the common spelling. There's 2 T's, and there's, for this specific surname, there are 3 variants, so we have to look at 3 different sections here. So let's see, LO is after LE, so we can go about 10 further. Okay, so Lombard is pretty close. Long, it's just after Long, right? Like, there's still Lewitz, so it's after Lewitz. Okay, so here it is. And we find Anna Elizabeth Johanna, but she was even born a year later, so she would have been even 14 years old in 1871, if this is the correct one. I just want to see what we have here. So we've got Lottert, Lotterit, Lottering, and Lottering. But the names that we want is definitely Anna Elizabeth Johanna and definitely Somerset East, right? So maybe she even lied about her age. It's funny that it is the 6th of January because I think this was in November. Okay, so that wouldn't have made a difference. Can we say it's this lady? The dates are a little bit different, but what we can look at, just out of interest sake, is who were the parents here? Were it maybe Gerbrecht Smit and Johannes Stephanus Lottering? Just out of interest sake, because we are looking for this set of parents. Maybe we can look at some of the other Somerset East baptisms that era. See, there are 3 of them, all with the correct surname. Maybe it might have been siblings or cousins. If we go through these one by one, then I am sure that we will be able to find it. And just out of interest, we have to look just here for Lotter as well. For Anna Elizabeth, that Aletta Elizabeth Johanna, that's also pretty close. Also in Somerset East, now the year is right, but it's still not the 6th of January, right? It's definitely the 6th of January. It's not letters, there's words, so there's no confusion. So what we also can do is look at this. There's a Anna Juliana Katharina, but that is in Northern Cape, Napier. And it's 3 years later. The day is almost right, but it cannot be her, so we can ignore that. And they are from Somerset East, I'm pretty sure about it, and there were many baptisms in Somerset East. So we can start with the Lotterings, and then maybe we get lucky. We find, we want to find this one first as the strongest candidate. Then secondly, let's just look, there's Lottering, so there's even more than 3 ways the surname was spelled those days. There's the Lots and another Lottering, but these Lotterings are all in Wipstad. It's also not close to Somerset East. Okay, so we start with this one. Anna Elizabeth Johanna, correct names, wrong date, correct place. Let's see what we get. Okay, and we also see there are 2 on the same page, so we can even look at both of them. Okay, so we have to go to Somerset East. Let me just get my bearings here. Somerset West. We don't want Somerset West, we want Somerset East. So it's from page 546 on this link. This is the link, and it's from 546, and we are looking for page 432. Okay, so this is page 408, so 32's, the difference is 26, so we have to go on 13 pages from there. So we go to page 559, and here is page 432. This is the name, so there is Anna, is it Anna? Arno, Cornelia, Maria, not the right one, not the right one, oh here it is. So Anna, Elizabeth, Johanna, Johannes, Gottlieb, Lottering, and Esther, Francina, Cornelia. No, it's not them. There's a Cornelius, Karl Houders, and the Magdalena Joubert. So it's not one of these two. These two were actually twins, born in 1857. No, it's not twins. What I'm talking about. They look like the same date, but it's the baptism that's on the same date. The birth dates are different here. Sorry, and different set of parents. Okay, taking back. Okay, so Johannes and Hester, what's that? Joubert, also Joubert. So the Lotterings and the Jouberts were married here, well, confirmation. But that was no go. And let's look at the other one. The other one is on page 543. Which is about 50 more than this. So let's try page 619. So 543. Okay, so this is the correct page, and she was called Cornelia Susanna Magdalena. Okay, so, and her parents were Arnoldus, Johannes, Lottering, and the Barendina, and that is Stefina, St. Smith. And I've found this set of parents already or when I initially looked for her without knowledge of her children. Cornelia Susanna Magdalena. Cornelia Susanna Magdalena is the name of one of her children, but not the first child, maybe the last child. So it's definitely family from her. It's not, this was a niece, this Cornelia Susanna Magdalena is a niece. Okay, I'm pretty sure about that. Born April, is it the 13th? 13 April 1859 in Somerset East. And it's a niece of her. That means that the relationship can come through either the Lotterings or the Smiths. And when I look at the name of this lady, Barendina Safina Smith, I also find that there is a Barendina Stefina Smith here. So again, this name and this name, likely that it comes again from the Smith side. Okay, and then that Barendina Stefina Smith is a sister of Anna Elizabeth Johanna. Is that right? No? Yeah, of her mother. Okay, so I'm compensating or thinking that there's a Smith sister and a Lottering brother of this guy, because these names don't come again, but the thing is that there's not a lot of boys here, so maybe they didn't have enough space, so maybe sorry, let me just get it there, that he had a brother called Johannes Stephanus, and she had a sister called Gerbrecht Susanna Maria, and that they would have married each other, and they were also from Somerset East. So I go on to the witnesses. So the witnesses would have been these parents. So the parents is Cornelia Susanna Lottering. So you see, it's maybe also there's no space maybe for Magdalena. They only write the first few letters. So Cornelia Susanna Magdalena Lottering is maybe something that we should proceed with further. So let's see if I do that, what we find. Okay. It must have been a relatively old lady. So there is Cornelia Susanna Magdalena, but this is more a sister, born in the 1850s, 60s even. So there is a Cornelia Susanna Magdalena, and she's married to a Christian van der Walt, and you will see here, remember the witnesses, there is a Christian van der Walt and a Susanna, Cornelia Susanna Lotte. Okay, so she was a witness at there's Arnoldus Johannes Lottering as well, so there is a relationship here, and let's see what we find when we open up. There's some Gerbrecht, Johanna, Jacoba also, maybe. Okay, so she was a Lottering. Let's just go back here. So this was Arnoldus Johannes Lottering. So sister of Arnoldus Johannes Stephanus Lottering. And if I go in him, he was married to a Barendina Stoffelina Smit, and there's the Stoffelina or Stefina. Okay, so I found one child for them, and I'm looking for a brother of this guy called Johannes Stephanus. Then I'm sure I fixed it. So first, let's make the tree bigger. Let's add this baptism for a daughter. And she was born in Somerset East. And she was born 13 April 1859. Okay, so while that's loading, let's see if here is a Johannes. There's a Johannes Gottlieb. I'm specifically looking for a Stephanus though, because that is what. So there is no Stephanus. I wonder. So it might be the other way around, that this Gerbrecht, no, it cannot be the other way around, because she was definitely a Smith. Let's look at this gent. He was married to the Joubert. So I think I also found one of the baptisms, there was a Joubert lady. So maybe I find some of him. He was married to Joubert. I'm looking for a brother here that's married to a Smith. Or some Smith relationship. You see also there's a Anna Elizabeth Johanna Livingstone. But she was born 1818, so she doesn't fit here. But surely that there would have been a brother that would have fitted here. And the untied thing is that this Smith lady is not having any parents. So maybe if we start there, maybe we will get lucky from the Smith side. So I'm just quickly gonna check if somebody somewhere, maybe on Family Search or somewhere, hopefully not. So they have a date of birth here on Wiki3. We can go to that. Maybe there's a source. It seems like the source would have been a marriage certificate. So view on Wiki3, and here on Family Search there's a different date, but there is parents and there is siblings. You see, so we are making some slow. So there's a date of marriage, and it is in Somerset East, and that also means that sorry, I need to go to relationships. Okay, so there is a marriage here, and this is the death notice of the husband. So we're looking for the marriage certificate. I'm gonna copy it like that, and then we'll go to Family Search. Okay. Okay. So on Family Search, this is how they spelled the names: Stefina, not Stoffelina, and Stefina is the name that goes on. So which one can we close? Probably this one. Okay, so we found her, and they have as born around 1820, which is inconsistent. So maybe we need to see this maybe full size if there's an age. Okay, so she was full age. So I think the date of birth could rather have been 1820. Then she was age 27, which is more likely than the age that they have here, 1829, which is also a guesstimate. So 1820 can be correct, and they have the parents as Anna Johanna Lotriet and Francois Smith. There is a 1841 date of deceased, and in Somerset East, and we will be able to find the death notice for Anna Johanna. 1841 is the is before she was married. She was married 1847, so she would be a minor on this one. And what we notice is that there is also the Gerbrecht Smith, and also that the children were born from 1810 to 1824, and then there was a 17 years gap. So I wonder if there's not more children. So maybe if we locate Anna Johanna Smith or Smith passing away 1841, then we'll find it. So let's see if somebody else have done this. So there is the death notice already, so I don't need to manually search for it. And let's have a look here. Okay, so this is indeed a death notice, 1841, and there are the children. The Gerbrecht is marrying van Rooyen, married to can't read Roos. There is a, what's that, Barendina Stefina, but she was a major. So she was born already 1821, or earlier even, 1819 I would say. There's the Francois Stephanus and the Arnoldus Philippus. Now, if I go back to the tree, you will see that I have them here already. Okay. So there is the Gerbrecht van Rooyen, the Anna Elizabeth, and she was first married to Roos and then married to a Van der Westhuizen, so she would be Van der Westhuizen. There is a Sarah Johanna who passed away before her mother, so she's not on the death notice. You see 1840. There is the Barendina Stefina Lottery, married to the Arnoldus. So what we need to do is this lady, do I have her in preview? No. So she is a duplicate of this one. So they are the same. So we go to tree view and we merge them. And somebody have already added some children here. So they were cousins who married, and they had more than this one daughter, which I added. Okay, so they are the same. So they are exactly the same. And Barendina, which one shall we go? Let's go with that one, and Lottering and Smith. And then we add the different ways in which the name can be spelled. So we have a Lottrit, we have a Smith even, we have a Stefina, and even a Stoffelina, all of them there. And you see that that's not 1820, but the exact date of birth 1818, for her to be a major in 1841 when her mother passed away. And you will see also that I've previously loaded a death notice. I found a death notice. There's the marriage certificate now. And the other thing that we need to do is we just need to resolve the conflicts, because she's got now a duplicate set of husbands, which are the same person, and also maybe there is, no, all the the child that I added, the Cornelia Susanna, wasn't there, so we will merge these two. So she was a bit older than the husband, not too common, but given the three names, the very specific names, given the names of his parents, and that it's the same as the children here, they are the same. So again, the surnames are different, and we will go with Lottering since it is the one that they used for baptisms, and also she was born after these other children, I think. So we will go with Lottering because that is the common way it was spelled. So we're going to resolve the conflicts, and we're going to put the lottery in the also known as field. Alright, and we edit the profile here, and let's put in the other way it was spelled. Okay. Also, we can put in a DVN number. I'm not sure, so he would be C2D something, but none of the other children has any of that at the moment. And it seems that what we are still missing, going back to the original problem, is we are still missing Anna Elizabeth Johanna Lottering, born 1856. But the names surely fit in this family. I just want to make the order of birth for this one at the end, assuming that actually the others are correct. Okay, so what we have now here is Anna Johanna Lottering, and we are actually looking for Anna Elizabeth Johanna Lottering. So just looking at it, it does seem that she would be able maybe to fit in here, especially I'm not sure, born 1851, 1856. I'm not sure. There's conflicting evidence when exactly she was born. The only real source that we have is this 1856, but we have looked at the baptisms here, and she was not baptized here. The only one that we found that's making sense is Cornelia Susanna Magdalena, which is maybe a sister, born a few years after her. So it's very tempting to merge her in here, that she would have then gotten this surname. If we do that, also then it's another set of cousins marrying each other. So for now I'm gonna stop the video. I'm not gonna merge them, but I have shown you if I find a different name here, if this will refresh, because I don't want the video to be too long. It's taking forever to load. So Gina is also on a weekend, it's taking its time. I'm going to try and refresh it, maybe do it differently. Yeah, it seems like Gina is now also telling me I must finish. Okay, there it is. So this Anna Johanna Lotriet is possibly the same as this one. Where was it? Okay, so we can just make a comment here. So we copy her address, and under investigation. Okay, so we're gonna end there on Saturday, the 8th of January, and I will stop the video with the message that possibly the same Anna Elizabeth Johanna or Anna Johanna, possibly the same. Alright, that's it.